Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. I want to remind you, we're all over social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course our official website, thestephennightshow.com. Also go to our YouTube channel, The Stephen Knight Show. Subscribe, like, comment.
Watch the shows.
Yes. We welcome our guest co-host today, Blair. Welcome back. All right, so, unfortunately, Chadwick Boseman passed away about a month ago, and people are very still shocked about it. But a lot of his peers have come out more and just spoke of the character of this man. Well, actress Sanaya Miller, who co-starred with him in 21 Bridges, she recently said when they worked together last year, so apparently he was a producer on the film, and he really wanted her to be part of the film. But she was kind of worn out. She had done a lot of movies and projects, and she said her daughter's about to go back to school. She just wanted to be home, but he really wanted her. And she said that she wanted to work with him, but she just was tired. So she said that in order for her to do the film, she told whoever was casting that she would need a certain salary or, whatever they would pay. And the studio wasn't willing to do that. So he took a pay cut to match her salary. And because he agreed that sometimes women aren't paid as much as they deserve in Hollywood. So what are your thoughts on that as a woman, Blair?
That's just another example of the awesome human being as he, was.
Yeah.
Chadwick Boseman, I remember, watching him all the way back when he played in 42. And I was just like, wow, like this guy, he's really something, like the way he possesses each character that he plays, he just really put his all into it. And then of course, back when Black Panther came out, I mean, I think, okay, I'll give you a little bit of background on me. I'm married to an African. My husband is Congolese. His family is from Congo. Okay. So we've always had discussions, about how the Black community here in America is disconnected from the African culture. And I think Chadwick did such an amazing job at connecting that bridge between the worlds, because they live a completely different lifestyle than what we do. My husband is a completely different person. Although he was raised here in the States, he was born overseas and went back every summer. So he has a lot of, roots within his culture. And the way that they do things, their customs, I am still learning, to this day. But I just think that movie just opened our eyes, because I can remember growing up as a kid, seeing, Africa on TV, and it was just nothing but safari land.
Right.
And, just all these poor, towns or whatever the case may be. And my husband has, taken me to his aunt, actually. She's having a home built in Congo as we speak. And it is, I don't even know how to put it into words. That home is beautiful. The surrounding city, Kinshasa, I can't think of anything else right now at the top of my head, but that's where she'll be living. It is beautiful. It's gorgeous. I mean, it's nothing like what they show on TV. Yeah. And I feel like we as the Black community, we haven't really done a good job at connecting to our roots. So I think that movie did a great job at just, bringing that full circle for us. Chadwick, we miss you. We love you. I hope you rest in paradise, King. You are amazing. We're amazing.
Most definitely. I had a roommate in college who was from Africa as well. And again, I just had the image they show us on TV. He was like, no, we actually have cities. We have, he said no.
Yeah.
So you're right. Yeah. You're right. Chike, what are your thoughts on this, you being in the film industry?
So I think that was a very awesome thing for him to do. More so than her being a female, I think that what probably drove him, because in my other life, I am casting director as well. I also cast for films. And outside of her being a female, I think that he was probably focused on her artistry. And he knew what he wanted for that movie. He knew what he wanted for the character that he wanted her to play. And he was willing to bend over backwards and sacrifice some of his own salary to get that vision to happen. One of the things that I incorporate into my own life, and I got this from the Oprah camp, is your intent. Whatever it is that you're going to do or want to do, it all is birthed from your intentions. What do you intend to do with whatever you want to do? Where are you going? What is your direction? What is the birth of what you want to do? We have to consider that this man knew that he was sick. and he kicked out so many films knowing that he was ill
7
while he
films.
was being treated.
Yeah.
So there was a deliberate intent on what he was doing, on the roles that he was picking. He was very strategic about showing an image of African American positivity. And I will always thank him for giving our culture that uplifting
Yeah.
and just being that awesome image of blackness and male to our people.
Yeah. Most definitely. Naya?
Yeah, to piggyback off of what Chike is saying, I have a personal philosophy. Actually, that my intent thing that you're talking about, I have one of those my intent bracelets, and I actually, keep that as a focus for me. And one of the things I try to focus on as a maxim is the most important day of my life is today. And I feel like, I don't know, I didn't know Chad, none of us knew him personally, right? But I'm very thankful for this beautiful picture that they are painting of him. It could have gone a completely different way. There are times when people are passed on or otherwise, and they're totally discredited.
Yeah.
His beautiful story beat that to the punch. So even if that does happen, the good story beat it to the punch. So I feel like you said, Chike, he knew he was going to be possibly transitioning. He knew that was a great possibility. So his philosophy seemed as if it was the most important day is today. The most important day of my life is today. Everything he could do every day of his remaining life, I really feel like he was painting that beautiful picture for this conversation, and that is a very inspiring thing. And I agree with the three of you.
Yeah.
He totally aligned those two ideas of, us being connected with our root.
Mm-hmm. Well, may he rest in peace and job well done, for sure.
Yeah.
This next story, I almost didn't want to talk about it, but everyone's talking about it. Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez. So,
wait, why didn't you want to talk about it?
Because I'm tired of talking about it. To me, it's okay. So, you all know he allegedly shot her in both feet. There's a video of her, TMZ got it, where she is outside of the truck. You can tell she's limping, kind of, on the videos. You can tell something happened to her. Well, initially she didn't come out and say anything, but eventually she did. So Tory Lanez released a new album, Daystar, on Friday, where he says in the album, on the album, that he did not shoot her. He made it seem like he shot at her but didn't hit her. Well, somehow, Cider, what's the hospital called?
Cedars-Sinai.
Cedars-Sinai, yeah. They the medical records became available, and it shows from the records that she was treated for bullet shots to the foot, and whatever the scrap metal from the bullets, they had it where they removed that material from her foot, and she was on that. She was in there from July 12th until July 14th, and it says on the paperwork that she it was classified as a gunshot injury. Now, Tory, he's supposed to go to court Tuesday, October 13th. And then at that point, the records will be available, public and record for court. Chike, how were they able to release this do the HIPAA laws and whatnot? How were they able to release this paperwork?
That's a good question, because as you were saying it, I was thinking, how is that possible?
Yeah.
And they haven't gone to court yet, because I could see a segue through, the public record of court.
Right.
But I don't know, and I don't know how it's okay, and I don't know how someone's not being brought up on charges for this. Like, you cannot. I can't even discuss a patient's information, and yeah. I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah. Why do you think Blair he keeps denying that he shot her? You think it's because of the legal ramifications, or you think, because apparently he was drunk. They even said, and I read one story where it said before he shot her, he told her to dance. They apparently got into an argument in this truck. Why do you think he keeps saying that he didn't shoot her when the evidence is right there?
I always believe that there are three sides to a story.
Yeah.
There's, his side, her side, and then there's the truth. From the pictures that she posted on her Instagram of her foot, it did look like a graze to me. I'm not taking anything from it. You get shot, you get shot. Like,
right,
that's 100%. That's nothing for it. But I don't know why he would deny it if he did do it. If he comes out as, you know, guilty, if the verdict is guilty, I'm no longer a Tory Lanez fan anymore. You know what I mean? If that happens, it's like, regardless of what type of argument or altercation you get into with your quote unquote significant other, because I heard something that they were dating as well, drawing a gun, what kind of sense does that make?
Yeah.
You know, I would say, you know, male on female violence or whatever the case, but no, just regardless of anything, just why do you need to pull a gun? What, I mean, you know what I mean? Just at that moment, if you're that angry, walk away.
Right.
That simple. Just turn around.
And are you that drunk that you shoot somebody?
Yeah. And it also speaks about like what type of person he is too, to allow himself to get that intoxicated. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? What are you doing, sir? Right.
Now,
well, I'm gonna get voted off the island because I don't have the same opinions as most people. I know what she said occurred, and I know loosely what she said occurred. And I also know what he says occurred. I wasn't there, and them and the witnesses have contradicting stories. Each party interviewed has a contradicting story. So I have no clue what to believe, who to believe. I do value her claim, and I do value his claim. His claim is he did not shoot her. Hers is she was shot at. I don't know who did what, but I do believe this. I do believe this. Egos, alcohol, anger, violence, it don't mix. I'm not gonna pull no gun on no woman. I don't know if that's what he did. I'm not writing him off because I don't know. I don't know any of this stuff. But if it comes out that, you know, I don't know how they would determine that he shot her or shot at her. I don't know how that would come out. He can be found guilty of this and still not have done it because he can say, I'm not going to tell on the person who did. I don't know. But I'm not so invested in either of them to be able to say, oh, I'm canceling them. I'm not so invested this way. If there's some good that can come out of this, I think that's a good thing. And that's more what I would be interested in.
Interesting.
You know what this reminds me of? I was having this conversation with some of the young folk at work. You know, I'm middle-aged. I'm really not connected to that. But this is reminding me
What? You don't listen to Megan Thee Stallion WAP? I'm joking.
No, not really. Not so much. This is reminding me of in my time frame what went on with Junior Mafia and Little Kim. Remember the beginnings of that and how it was a lot of this happened, that happened, no this happened, no that happened, and then they went to court, and then Little Kim did all this, you know, protection of everyone, trying to keep things quiet, and then she wound up paying the price by going to jail. And because she didn't confess to all that was going on. To me, it all sounds like they're all protecting something. I don't know what it is that they're protecting or they're covering up, but that's what it reminds me of. It's funny how history repeats itself.
Well, we'll see what happens. Our last story, Wendy Williams versus NeNe Leakes. So if you remember, they were friends back in the day. They went like 10 years without speaking. They would bash each other, you know, on social media. But last year they seemed to have made up. Well, and then Wendy got mad at NeNe because NeNe called Wendy when she was about to go live on social media and didn't give her a heads up, and that she got mad at that. Anyway, so they're supposed to be in a good place now. That's what Wendy said. Well, last night Wendy was on Watch What Happens Live, and Andy Cohen, the host and executive over there, he asked Wendy what did she think about NeNe not returning for season 13 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Wendy pretty much said that she didn't really see why. She said, I'm not trying to count anyone's money, but why would she walk away from that? Because that's what people usually use as a catalyst for their other projects and other, you know, exposure. And she said, I mean, what's going to happen with her? She going to get a spinoff. She said it'll be boring if it's just her and her husband. It'll be boring if it's about her being a grandmother, or her and her kids will be boring. Well, apparently, and she also said that her and NeNe were friends, and but she doesn't know her as the reality star character she plays. She just knows her as Lenithia. Well, apparently NeNe did not like that. So she pretty much referred to Wendy as a cocaine head. following the comments. You remember Wendy was addicted to cocaine. I don't know if she still, but she was. She's admitted that. She's also said that both of them are pretty much shooting for ratings because both of their shows are low. That's why they're using her. She called them queens by queens. She said she's on cocaine, so that should stop. They should stop using her to talk. They both need my help with their poor ratings. She continues saying, I always eat and eat good. Believe that. I have always believed in multiple streams of income, so the Leakes are good. You old cocaine head and you old racist. She was referring to Andy. No one knew you until you knew me. Remember, I'm an icon. Don't forget. She said, always manipulating Black women to saying negative things about each other while they sit there and enjoy tearing each other down. Remember, Black Lives Matter. Remember, Breonna Taylor. Remember the most racist networks. She also made mention of discriminatory practices by Bravo Network. So pretty much what she's complaining that the reason why she says she's not coming back on the show is because she was only offered 6 episodes, while the other OG cast were white on different networks. They were offered full seasons. And so she said that, I guess she just did it out of respect, 6 seasons. She said, apparently they don't think I should work.
NeNe?
NeNe said this, yeah. So that's why she came out and said that's why she left the show. Because she was trying to stay on the show, but they didn't offer her a full season. So it was interesting because when she announced that she was leaving the show, she did it via her YouTube channel. She just said it was a difficult decision. She took that high road and she thanked Bravo for their support and everything. She didn't, pretty much go into why she was leaving. But now she's calling Andy a racist. What are your thoughts? I'll ask you first, Blair. What are your thoughts on, first of all, Wendy speaking on calling NeNe boring, saying if she had a spinoff, it'd be boring, and now her calling Andy Cohen at Bravo racist?
I would say as of right now, in what's going on within the U.S., I just don't think that now is the time for a show that is on a predominantly white network for 2 women to be going back and forth, like 2 Black women to be going back and forth like this. I just don't agree with them putting that image of themselves out there, or just Black women in general. I do hope they can work it out. I personally am not a huge fan of the show. It just
Housewives.
Yeah, I'm just not a major fan. I do like some of the people individually, shout out to Candy, that's my girl. But other than that, I'm just not. I think we as a people need to conduct ourselves accordingly when put in places of, I guess you could say, power. We're on TV. So I just think that you should show your best self. And I just don't think that show promotes the best of Black women. So I just kind of have to say, take it off the internet, handle it, all privately, and just move on about your business.
Yeah. Chica.
I believe in the laws of the universe, and I do believe that, for the energy that you put out, it will come back to you. I just cannot condone or be a partner to or have delight in the delightment in negativity. And to me, the energy that comes off that show, it's why I don't watch it. It's just too negative for me. It's always people pitted against each other. It's always about some type of monetary gain because someone always has something to push, something to plug. They're trying to push a certain storyline. There's certain products that come out. There's music that comes out with these people. It's always an agenda. And as far as, I guess, Wendy and NeNe are concerned, how do you have, okay, I'll say this. You cannot train a rattlesnake to be your pet. You have to know the beast in which you're dealing with. Wendy Williams is a shock jock journalist. If she's down in the dumps, she's going to use whatever she has to get back on top. And if that so-called friendship is a part of that and she has nothing else to give and she's coming up off of a terrible, so she's going to use whatever she has to stay in the position that she's in. So NeNe, your friendship is a casualty of Wendy's rise back to the top. And I don't think that she should have participated in anything with that particular situation. She should have left it as is. She has a fan base. Find a way to spin out of your situation into something else. It's still not too late for her to formulate a better career for herself. She wasn't born at Bravo, and Bravo Andy is not the end all be all to your career. You were acting at one point in time. What happened to that?
She wasn't good.
I don't. Well, I mean, she was on a successful show. It had a nice run. She was touring on her comedy show. I mean, she was doing things to perpetuate her, her image. Get back to that. Stop all the sensationalism. It's old at this point. You're old at this point. It's beyond. It's too much.
Yeah.
And you have an ailing husband. Like, get to your business. I don't know.
Yeah. Naya?
So I'm gonna try to keep it quick, but it's a conditioning that comes with, so it gets bad for the both of them, right? This conditioning of blacks being pitted against each other is the agenda of these major networks. So first off, that's something to think about and look at right there. I know that there have been plenty of black networks and producers and small timers that have been coming at her since she's gained any ounce of popularity saying, come work with us, come into my platform, But now you get the crumbs from the white networks, and now you want to call people racist, and y'all knew this going into this, So you should have been trying to figuring out a way a long time ago how to use this to boost the something black, right? A long time ago, and get out of that whole conditioning of that agenda of pitting. Wendy Williams is a filth peddler at the kindest thing I can say. There's nothing positive about her shows. None of the shows that she's ever been a part of, especially radio. She's a filth peddler. So I wouldn't be involved. She couldn't be no friend of mine. It's all about what you're exposed to. So they know those networks, what the whole agenda is. I would have been using my platform the moment I got a little bit of fame to go and build some black shit. Damn, I keep cursing, my bad. And Wendy Williams can never be a friend of mine. I could probably leverage some things over her, but she would never be a friend of mine. NeNe need to go ahead and she already know the agenda. If you're going to, move on. Figure out a way to progressively move on, like Chike said, for your family, for your husband, all of this type of stuff. So now this is a perpetuated thing that we see all the time.
Yeah, I agree. I really don't see what else NeNe can do that will be that successful for her. I mean, obviously, she has opportunity. I saw her, she was on some show on HBO at one point or something. But I think she stayed on that show too long in that brand of being nasty and attacking and fighting and arguing. And so I don't see where she's going to be. This is a platform that she helped develop, and that's what made her the name she is now. I don't see where she's going to take this and run. I think it's sad that they only offered her 6 seasons, but they have new people coming on. I heard they have new people coming on season 13, and so we'll see what happens. I mean, obviously, I wish her all the best. I hate to see black women fighting.
This her chance to go and have a real conversation with Oprah.
But yeah, and the thing also,
or Tyler,
she's had this issue with her and NeNe, and Wendy and NeNe go back and forth all the time. You should know what to expect from this friendship or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's nothing new. But we do wish her all success. I have to say, when quarantine first started, she has her YouTube channel and she would go live on there. She seems to actually have a better personality than I thought she would, just talking normal with her celebrity friends.
Right.
But so maybe she can just find a way to rebrand herself and not be this argumentative, combative person. You know what I mean?
That's the major network stuff. That's what they did.
Exactly.
That's that shock sensationalism that Chike spoke to that they needed for the ratings.
Exactly.
But that's
I guarantee you, Steven, any amount of money moving forward, that show is going to have a NeNe type. Watch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think Kenny even tried to come for that, in your face kind of thing. It's going to backfire on them. Like, I think it's starting to backfire on NeNe. It's going to backfire on them. So they need to think long term.
Right.
But Blair, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Again, congratulations on the baby, the marriage. And hopefully we'll see you in a few weeks back on here.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Thank you all for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Chike, I'll see you in movie reviews now here next week. And we'll be right back after this.